There's a force in the universe that makes things happen. And all you have to do is get in touch with it. Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Danny? Danny?
Sir?
Where's the wedge?
Right here, sir.
Thank you, Danny. Find your center. Hear nothing, feel nothing.
That was kind of incredible, sir.
What has Speaker Pelosi now set into motion after declaring the president must be held accountable? And this evening, the president calling this a witch hunt, what he says he will now release.
Release the Kraken!
Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced a formal impeachment inquiry will begin into President Donald Trump.
Shortly thereafter, press reports began to break of a phone call by the President of the United States calling upon a foreign power to intervene in his election.
What? You went over my helmet?
This is a breach of his constitutional responsibilities. The facts are these. The Intelligence Community Inspector General, who was appointed by President Trump, determined that the complaint is both of urgent concern and credible.
Sure, Jan.
That impeachment is a very divisive measure. But if we have to go there, we'll have to go there.
We have heard from many of the members of your caucus who have been very open in saying that they're getting mixed messages.
Oh, I hate you! You're so adorable. Look at your face. Look at your face. You go, I love you. Say, I love you, Christine.
And those mixed messages sometimes translate to the American public. And
you probably think because of the beard that I'm really hairy. But, I'm not. Shaved.
Alan! You've long said that public sentiment is an important factor in deciding what you're going to do there. So shouldn't you set the record straight?
I have said what I'm going to say on the subject. That's it. We are legislating. We are focusing on the work that we're here to do for the American people.
Oh, blow it out your ass.
And Democrats have refrained from pushing this far, pushing to impeach President Trump. But I guess the mood is clearly shifting on Capitol Hill because of Trump's pressure on Ukraine.
Boom. Boom.
What?
Boom.
Pelosi has resisted calls for impeachment for months. You have reported on that here. But she says the president's actions involving this phone call with Ukraine's new president, bringing up Joe Biden and holding hundreds of millions in U.S. aid, that all of it made this, she says, unavoidable.
I didn't expect that at all. I really didn't expect that. Suck it, motherfucker! Kelly Clarkson!
President of the United States asking the president of Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden and his son. The quote that is from the president on that call on July 25th is this: there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, what Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do with the attorney general would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution.
And I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't.
Didn't you get the memo? Keep away from this one. It's too big for you.
So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion.
What?
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?
They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
Oh, hell no! Hell no! To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. flipped out, man.
Meanwhile, the fallout continues from that now infamous call for the president and the former vice president.
This situation involving Joe Biden's sons work for this Ukrainian oligarch-owned gas company.
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Which is, I have to quibble with some of what your previous guest said, is a significant liability for Joe Biden. Like, there is a story here.
And to watch. The mood is tense. I have been on some serious reports, but nothing quite like this.
The vice president saying it's not a big deal. It's going to go away. He says no credible, objective media source is actually digging into this.
What?
Am I right? Am I right? Look at these guys.
And just look at the videotape. I just want people to watch the videotape of Joe Biden talking about how he helped get this prosecutor dismissed. He had 6 hours. If you had any questions, call Barack Obama. And the fact about Hunter Biden, both in China.
China.
But especially in Ukraine, did he or did he not make $50,000 a month? Was he involved and engaged with this company that suddenly got these contracts, what appear to be days or just a couple of weeks after the vice president visited?
Bye. Have a great time.
If we were to just perform a thought exercise here and replace Joe Biden with Donald Trump and Hunter Biden with Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr., we probably would be seeing more coverage of this story.
And to watch. The mood is tense.
If your last name wasn't Biden, do you think you would have been asked to be on the board of Burisma?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That's nice.
Probably not. I don't think that there's a lot of things that would have happened in my life that if my last name wasn't Biden.
Do you regret being on the board to begin with?
No, I don't regret being on the board. What I regret is not taking into account that there would be a Rudy Giuliani and a president of the United States that would be listening to this ridiculous conspiracy idea.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Not one?
Nope. I wish I did to talk about something. That's how I've been living my whole life. I went to a tattoo artist. I was like, this is how I live. Can you put that on my body? And he did.
Not even a single letter?
Nah, I can't think of one. I love all the letters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you ask the Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden?
No, actually, I didn't. I asked the Ukraine to investigate the allegations that there was interference in the election of 2016 by the Ukrainians for the benefit of Hillary Clinton, for which there already is a court finding.
You never asked anything about Hunter Biden. You never asked anything about Joe Biden.
The only thing I asked about
prosecutor.
Joe Biden is to get to the bottom of how it was that Lutsenko, who was appointed, dismissed the case against Antac.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
This is not a good look for me.
You just said you didn't.
No, I didn't ask him to look into Joe Biden. I asked him to look into the allegations that related to my client, which tangentially involved Joe Biden in a massive bribery scheme,
Rudy,
not unlike what he did in China.
China.
Rudy.
You explain to me how the kid got $1.5 billion
Rudy,
from China.
I have no
when
problem
Joe
with
Biden
you
was
launching
selling his
allegations, but just be careful about what you say. I asked you, did
I
you
am
ask
very careful
Ukraine to
about
look at
what
Joe
I say.
Biden?
What'd you say? What's that? I heard you say something. Oh, he said you're not that great.
What I said was this. I asked them to investigate the allegations that relate to the false charges against the President of the United States. Those allegations tangentially involve Biden.
So your answer should have been yes.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
And then I found out that it was true by getting signed, sworn statements from 5 people in the Ukraine who said that we were brought into the White House, the Obama White House, and we were told, go dig up dirt on Trump and Manafort in January of 2016. You have no idea how big this is because you're blinded.
Because I'm blind.
I'm not blind 23 hours a day or 22 hours a day. I'm blind the whole goddamn time.
I just pray that the senators will have the courage and the ability to handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Through this now for over 3 years. It was evil, it was corrupt, it was dirty cops, it was leakers and liars. And this should never, ever happen to another president, ever. I don't know that other presidents would have been able to take it. Some people said no, they wouldn't have. Okay. But I can tell you, at a minimum, you have to focus on this because it can get away very quickly. No matter who you have with you, it can get away very quickly.
Sir, hadn't you better buckle up? Buckle this! Ludicrous speed! Go! We passed them! Stop this thing!
It was a disgrace. Had I not fired James Comey, who was a disaster, by the way, it's possible I wouldn't even be standing here right now. Something that just worked out. I mean, it worked out. We went through hell unfairly.
And all your souls will be mine. Soon you will see things more horrible than you could even imagine. Well, maybe not that horrible, but still pretty bad.
Even in hell, I get no respect. Did nothing wrong. Did nothing wrong. I've done things wrong in my life, I will admit. Not purposely, but I've done things wrong. But this is what the end result is. My family, our great country, and your president have been put through a terrible ordeal.
It's so bad!
By some very dishonest and corrupt people. They have done everything possible to destroy us, and by so doing, very badly hurt our nation.
A piece in the Washington Post, Jerry Nadler, Adam Schiff, and others writing this: Trump won't be vindicated, the Senate won't be either. They write about the American people being denied a fair trial in the Senate. How does the White House respond?
It's amazing to me that they forget that the president was denied any fair due process, starting with the House, starting with Nancy Pelosi. This is them being sore losers, plain and simple. Loser. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but they're being sore losers. The story is today the president is not guilty. The story is today that the president was acquitted of something he didn't actually do.
But I've got something to tell you first. Thank you for ruining my life.
Ashley!
What did you do?
Everybody's always blaming me for everything.
They are being sore losers. They're not sure what to do now. They're going to probably try to concoct some new scheme, new scandal. But until then, they're going to be sore losers.
Le who? The her.
What it means, in a very, very nice way, I will tell you, they are trying to steal the election, just like they did it last time with spying, and we caught them, and that included President Obama, and that included let's be nice, Biden.
Fox News alert: newly declassified documents identifying more than a dozen Obama administration officials involved in the unmasking of Michael Flynn. And at the top of that list, former Vice President Joe Biden.
What? 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 What?
Those officials all making requests that may have identified Flynn as the American overheard in that December 2016 call, talking to the Russian ambassador about lifting U.S. sanctions. President Trump and Republicans calling it proof the Obama administration sought to undermine him from the very beginning.
I trusted that. As it turns out, it was a setup.
This was all Obama. This was all Biden. These people were corrupt. The whole thing was corrupt, and we caught them.
General Flynn is really just the tip of the iceberg. What it appears to me like what they were doing is a lot of them went wild after Trump won. They got poisoned with this Russia hoax.
Shoot myself with a poison-tipped crossbow dart. If I pull the arrow out, will you please suck out the poison for me?
Let me get this straight. You pull it out, I suck. Is there any money in it for me?
If Vice President Biden and the president's inner circle of advisors were all listening to a senior Trump administration advisor's private phone conversation, this would amount to a serious abuse of power.
This is an outrage. It's at least unethical, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. They had no business.
Ain't your damn business.
Listening to anything General Flynn was saying about Trump policy.
That we know and things that we don't know about this whole situation. First, to the things that we know. We do know that between Election Day 2016 and the end of January 2017, requests to unmask the name of General Michael Flynn were submitted either by or on behalf of Vice President Joe Biden, the White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough, Treasury Secretary Jack Lew, the UN Ambassador Samantha Power, the Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, the CIA Director John Brennan, and the FBI Director James Comey, among others.
And the truth shall set you free.
Now, what we do not know whether those individuals saw the unmasked information. That's according to the National Security Agency, which gathered the intelligence intercepts and did the unmasking. We don't know why they requested the information, and we do not know who, if any of them, leaked Michael Flynn's name to the media.
You're being very undude.
In an interview with Fox Business's Maria Bartiromo, though, President Trump says he has no doubt that this was all an attempt to get him. Listen here.
It was the greatest political crime in the history of our country. If I were a Democrat instead of a Republican, I think everybody would have been in jail a long time ago.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Okay. Now, the inclusion of Joe Biden's name on the list is of particular interest because the other day on Good Morning America, he first said that he knew nothing about the investigation of Michael Flynn and then said that he was made aware that the FBI was looking into him. Here's how President Trump reacted.
I watched Biden yesterday. He could barely speak.
Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying you, before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Are you a junkie?
What do you say?
Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates. There's going to be plenty of time. And by the way, as I joke with him, you know, I shouldn't say it. I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't say.
You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Anyway, I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. By the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
You make a fool of me and everyone here. You put that cat poop in your mouth.
Poop. Poop mouth. Poop out of your mouth.
Before we begin the questions, my client would like to read from a prepared statement.
Go ahead.
I would like to direct this to the distinguished members of the panel. You lousy corksuckers, you have violated my Fargan rights. This salmon-unbatching country was founded so that the liberties of common patriotic citizens like me could not be taken away by a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves. Thank you very much.